quick intro. God.
Go
Well, we still have the Big C with us because
Big
the
C.
last episode, last week, we were talking to her about step parenting and radical stepmom and with Christine. And Christine hasn't responded to my email yet, but she's about to.
It's been 10 minutes.
Yeah, you don't know, dude. You don't.
It's been 10 minutes.
That's what I deal with.
I know.
I mean, I deal with
Good job, bro.
fucking idiots.
Yep.
Am I dealing with idiot? Am I right?
Yeah.
Am I bad
Me
to
too.
say that? Yeah.
What's this?
Yeah, he better be hung. He better be hung.
Yeah.
Like a
And
horse.
And
Yes.
and your eyes better roll in the back
Does
of
it go
your
over your
fucking
head?
skull.
Like-
Why do you think I'm here?
Because when he talks, it makes no fucking sense. Right?
Like that every time.
Drag on the floor.
Again, he has one job. At least this week, well, we can't even say 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
The OneDrive works, so I don't have to fucking listen to that again. So we have the Big C back, real nice. She's gonna be. Oh, are you fucking done? Is that the company or you're tired?
Both.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Because you almost cried last week.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
I
you
sure
didn't.
did.
You know the sad thing about it, you didn't change last week. Neither did I.
Dirty
Time flies when
fuckers.
you're having fun.
Don't. Let's not go there, bro.
Dirty
Let's not even
dogs.
fuck go there.
You
We haven't talked about.
Edit that
I haven't
out.
told you. Yeah, we're not editing that out. I haven't told you. I haven't told you
Dirty
yet
dogs.
about Sherpa. You know what I learned about Sherpa this week?
Oh, I love this.
Yeah, I learned about Sherpa this
what'd you
week.
learn?
He doesn't use shampoo or soap.
What does he
Soap.
use?
Nothing.
He uses soap.
He does.
He does use soap.
He said he didn't use soap. Told me
Yeah.
he didn't use soap.
You've got to stop that.
He hasn't. How long's it been since you wash your hair with shampoo?
So I went to the doctor and they were like, bro, you smell really good.
The doctor told you not to use shampoo. Was that Dr. Christina?
They said your blood's good and you smell really good. Whatever you're doing, keep it going.
Was that
And I was
Dr.
like, all
Shut
right.
Sorry, you got that joke, didn't you?
I did.
All right, wait, hold on. So doctor said don't use shampoo. So this is what's gonna happen. It's what's gonna happen. Dees, this is what's gonna happen. This summer, because we're all one big family now. This summer we're gonna be in that pool. You're gonna grab hold of him. I'm getting the shampoo. It's going in the pool. We're gonna wash this son of a bitch's hair. Like we're gonna be a lynch mob.
Doctor says 2 a day. 2 a day.
Could you just imagine that conversation?
Soap.
Hi, Sherpa. Hey, Doc. What are we doing here? I don't use any
Do you
shampoo.
drink on the weekend?
Yeah. He's like, you're doing a great job. We'll get past the lice.
I
and
noticed there's a crust
fuck.
over here.
I learned that. Every week I learn something else. And the other thing that just drives me fucking mad as the button comments I get talk last week, nothing drives me more mad than, hey, Fridays. It's Fridays. We fucking know we do Fridays, right? I'll probably be there. All right, no problem, bro.
You text me and I'm like,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, and I even said, take your beautiful fucking wife out, leave work early, because what's he doing? You know what he's doing at work? He's driving a bike up and down a hill 16 fucking times and not showering. Let's get to where it is, right? And I love you, but it's not a lie, right? 16 times up a hill. What the fuck? What are you fucking at? What's the guy's name?
Lance Armstrong?
What's the Greek guy who had to roll the boulder up the hill for
Achilles.
eternity? I don't even know.
Hercules?
Zeus.
Scientist, what do you got? You're an astronomer.
I don't.
I thought you're an astronomer.
Not even close.
Oh, okay.
And that's not the same anyway.
It's not,
What is that?
yeah,
Astronomy?
astronomer doesn't know like Greek. I
The
guess
Greek
they.
gods?
Well, they know the stars, so they're up there.
I don't know.
Orion's up there.
I'm
and-
not that kind of scientist.
I know you are. We do love the Big C's a scientist. So I said to her this day, I said, can you stop scientisting for a minute and let's get him
Scientisting.
out? Yeah. Last week, hey, we're gonna do is take your wife out. Go. He's like, I'm coming down the hill. I'm coming real quick. I said, all right, go take your wife out, right? And let's get this podcast at 6. Here we are it's a Saturday. We ended up doing the podcast because Sherpa just fucking forgets us. And then I get a text 10 o'clock at night, and it says
9
this.
o'clock at night.
I'm
when
gonna
we
read. I'm gonna
normally
read the
film.
text. We
9 o'clock at
didn't.
night.
We didn't want. We knew.
This dude doesn't answer his phone.
We knew we were having the
Just
big.
stop on by.
I'm
yeah,
just
this
sitting
dude
there
just-
waiting
I'm
for
up.
all of you.
Yeah, then you said, I'm
I do
getting
wait.
undressed.
I
But
did say that.
you fucking wrote me.
I did say
Let me just read this, Big C, just in case you didn't know what he said. He wrote exactly. Oh, God, I love that
I
sound.
hate that sound.
This is what he wrote. What it do? What it do?
What it did?
Yeah, you know what? You know who says that?
John Turkey.
The people on that podcasts that say national kids.
That's okay. What did it do?
Well,
this?
you all are racist.
That's not
And
racist.
I don't agree with any of this. So this
Doesn't have to be-
podcast is now ended,
brought to
and
you
we
by-
will go
Why
with
is it-
all right, it's been fun.
Last episode.
Yeah.
What it do?
I
All right. Yes.
just want to say,
What do you want to say?
okay, first of all, the baby barely slept. I didn't have any nannies, didn't have any help. End of the month billing, work was terrible. I had a terrible day across the
Bixie,
board.
you're doing an
Wasn't
amazing
gonna make
job.
it.
We love you very much.
Wow. He really.
Yeah, that was.
That's
yeah.
really nice, but
We-
is it sincere or is he straight up your ass
It's
like
not.
a popsicle stick?
It's
Okay,
not
yeah.
because we got into it
Oh,
over
good.
me not
Oh.
making it to
Wow,
the store.
everything's coming out on
As it
the
should.
pod tonight.
As
And
it
wow.
so then he
This is
tells
a
me,
safe
I
space.
said, I get the baby to sleep and I say, aren't you going to podcast? No, I don't think I should tonight. I think, and then I find out, he texted and he tried.
He didn't
You
try.
just didn't answer.
He didn't try. Who would do?
Oh,
I
and
thought.
the plot thickens.
I thought.
What?
I thought he was
This is
waxed.
your-
Cliffhanger, dude.
Yeah. He didn't try.
So he tried. He reached out.
He didn't reach out. Who it do?
But-
it doesn't say anything.
what it
What is
do?
with
Who
all
it
the
do?
jive talk?
Who's gonna answer that? And how do you answer that? I do it. I it do.
I do it.
No, I it he. I it ye. How the fuck you answer that? So yes, I'm glad you got
What it
into
do?
I hope you won.
Me and the D's are circling.
Yeah,
jerking.
you
I
won.
rarely win.
No,
I
he's
don't
scared
really
of you.
win.
He's definitely scared of you.
Well,
Yeah, he's scared.
So
of
are
you.
you.
I
She's
think,
like,
I
I'm not
think
scared of
so, but he still like bucks up, and I rarely win.
Nah. Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Well, you know what you got to do?
that.
Withhold pussy.
What?
Anybody withholds pussy, we're all good.
See, I don't do
that'll
that.
work.
Well, then you're never gonna win if you can't beat it. All of a sudden you're like, oh, you're like, hey, I did this, and all of a sudden
Yeah,
he's
but
like, yeah, I did that, and all of a sudden you give it to him. Well, what the fuck? Then of course you're never gonna
She
win.
withholds that. He's gonna do that thing 1,000 times up the hill and back.
Oh,
He's
16
gonna start-
times.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
And then I
I
said,
need a 70-pound vest this time.
on a bike. And then I said, Bud, do you take a shower afterwards? He's like, nah.
No.
I just
Dude wipes.
I bring a change of
I go to
clothes.
the doctor.
Shout out to Dude Wipes.
And I'm like, wait, what? And then I was like, because you work out like that, you're still pulsing sweat, right? So you can change your shirt 1,000
You are.
fucking times. Yeah.
I'm not.
You're not. Oh, Jesus.
He doesn't
He
smell.
doesn't sweat. He's,
I don't
He
smell.
the other
sweats,
night
but
you
he
weren't in
doesn't
here.
smell.
2 weeks ago, it stunk.
I farted.
Okay.
What do you want? What do you want?
Yeah, but you were there. It was
It
Doesn't
rough.
smell like
Farted.
farts.
It smelled. No, it wasn't even a fart smell. It smelled like something was dying inside of him. Like,
Because I farted.
yeah. Whatever he's eating, whatever you're feeding him, the antifreeze and shit, it's kicking in. Trust me, it's kicking in. All right, so we have you back because I know you've been wanting to come at me about. You've been wanting to come about for a month. You've been wanting to come at me about this God situation.
15 minutes.
Let's get something. Let's get some. You're the guy who exposes all of David Copperfield's fucking magic tricks. Jesus
I want to
Christ.
see one.
Yeah, you know what he does? He's going to show you one. It's called fucking never wash your hair.
I don't like that
smell
one. I don't like that one.
That's the trick.
I've seen how that
He
works.
tells you this. So let's get back. Let's get back to the big C because again we're glad you're here. Stop yawning because it's really hurting my feelings. So I know you're
Oh,
tired.
yeah,
No,
you're
you are
tired.
tired because you. What time did you go to bed last night? Were you asleep when he was texting me at 10 o'clock saying who did it? Who it did?
Almost.
Who it did? Who it did? That's what
Did
did.
you write that to see if you can depict it? Like he's not coming?
I was watching the rain. I was watching the Ranger
Yeah.
game last night, right?
was
Dees?
busy.
And this
Doing
comes. I
game
wasn't. I was sitting right here on the couch, and he said, "He's like, when's it come? When's it come?" Because I'm going to listen to him. He likes it. It's a good Friday night, and hey, I'm not knocking you because I
Yeah,
like it too.
yeah.
It's fun. I do. Again, I would get up and do this every fucking morning for 4 hours,
yeah.
and I would ask all of us to come over here, and we'd have. Anyway, neither here nor there. So he's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I don't know." And I know we have one in the can at that time, and it's Ranger, and I'm getting who did it. Who
I
it did?
deflated.
Who I did it? Who it?
So you
three
saw
words.
it. You saw
I
it.
fucking totally saw him.
Hey, you texted
You
me.
are
And I
a
figured
real
it-
piece
I
of
was like,
work.
this
All you
guy's-
had to do was say we're good or
Nice.
anything.
I was
Like,
it was
you
done.
respond.
By the time I was like, it's
So
half
that
hour
means
later.
to me you're off because you when I text you normally you are a fire. Like if
Yeah,
I send one
I
text
said I
message,
saw
I
it.
get 20
I didn't
text
see it right
messages.
then and there.
Everyone.
Yeah, 8 to
Good,
1.
though. You guys see my daughter. She's even fucking.
But
worse.
when I get
I have to
none,
tell her to stop.
He's off. The door is
Now,
closed.
again, it
no
was,
service.
I get to
Don't
the phone.
come in.
I got the phone right it's up on the counter.
We're
I'm
doing
sitting
it.
here watching the Ranger game. I go, and because I'm charging, all of a sudden I look at
waiting.
it, and it's like an hour later, and it's like, who it did? And I'm like, this guy's fucking wax. He's over there. He's fucking drank
I was
7 beers.
totally
He's
sober.
staring at it. You were
Totally
sober.
sober. 1,000% sober.
Were you though?
1,000% sober.
Okay, so you've been
And
itching.
smelling good.
No.
Smelling good and sober, bro. I was ready.
Running up a hill 7 times, you don't smell good.
Yeah, I smell wonderful.
So you've been wanting to have this conversation. She called me a hypocrite. So to catch everybody up.
And gay.
She did. Yeah, you can't say gay.
Yeah,
you can't say
You
gay.
don't have the card.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
You know,
My
it does
uncle
not-
was gay. I 100%
that's
got the
true.
card.
You guys, what's in
His
the
uncle.
card?
What?
You don't get a card.
Yeah.
Are we speaking was
Don't
like
get
he
a
died?
card.
Yeah, he
Yes.
died.
Oh, what he
But
died?
he was full blown leopard print wearing,
Yeah.
thong wearing, California gay.
You gotta love that
know?
guy.
His
Did he buy a
husband
tiger
moved here.
picture?
Oh, really?
We're around family.
Gotta love that. Yeah.
Yeah. He was Tiger King gay.
Tiger King gay. That's fantastic. I mean, that's gay.
He had a card. He had a card.
Yeah.
good.
The
I'm
card
not gonna
is
say
if you
anything
have.
otherwise.
Yeah,
if
but you can't have a
Ask my
card.
dad.
You
Nobody
can't
has-
have a
Nobody
card.
has a card.
You cannot. Wait,
You don't have
wait,
a card.
you
My dad told me I got a card.
Yeah, my kid was like, yeah. If you have a homosexual in your life or a gay person in your life, I mean, I'm not
You
gonna
don't get a
offend
card,
anybody,
bro.
but
You
you
don't
You get a
know,
receipt and a card.
Yeah, you're not. It's less that you're because you're not gonna bash your own
What it
child.
do?
Ticket.
Yeah, what it did. That's what it said. What it fucking do. So
Okay.
you have been waiting patiently because you and I had
rip
a
your head
really
off.
good God thing going on in the backyard when he was sitting there watching the hockey game that
That
day.
was.
I want to be very clear about something, okay? I was raised Catholic, went to Christianity, and the thing that I have is I'm not an atheist. I'm an agnogonist.
Agnostic?
Agnostic. Thank you. The alcohol's
So was
kicking in.
I.
Yeah. Oh, you are? Or
I was.
Oh, you are because now you're heavily because you guys are really heavily like you go to a church in the fucking rain.
We
and
go
shit
to
up
church
there.
on Sunday, yes.
Yeah. In the
We're
rain.
heavy.
Yeah, like it's outside and
Chevy.
shit. There's like alligators
It's
and
beautiful.
fucking
There's
yeah.
no alligators.
No snakes.
There's hawks. There's
hogs?
squirrels.
There's
There's
Hogs.
hawk.
Oh, hawk.
Tua.
That's so not godlike. So I want to go with the song, as I said, which I sent you. Did you ever listen to it?
No. I
Where?
did not.
Why?
I didn't want
I
to.
sent you a great. It's a great. First of all, it's about mental illness. So
Okay.
it's the greatest song ever written about mental illness.
Okay.
Right? Popular Monster. Right? By and we're gonna. That's gonna be our
Is
theme
this
song.
it?
Yeah. So you had little notes that you wanted to say that I was a hypocrite.
Off of
in
your
certain
last
things.
podcast. The
My last podcast.
That would have been like 3 or 4 ago.
No, that was
Yeah.
3
Lost
ago.
track.
Three ago.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
20
We all-
minutes
we
ago.
all-
Fire away.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
A ding ding.
Well,
on.
for starters,
Yeah.
you came at the churches for asking for money, right? You
Terrible.
say it's all about money,
I
but
ever
I
did.
don't understand how you realistically expect a church to exist without money
Yeah.
Okay.
incoming.
Yeah, that's a very true statement.
So is that a question or a statement?
It's
It's both.
both.
Okay. So I'm going to give you the answer in
Go
a
ahead.
statement.
Okay.
Very simply, your Jesus that we all know is man, lived and died. Again, I can't prove that he walked on water. Either can anybody, right? We don't know.
Right.
Did he turn
It's
fish
pure
into?
faith,
Did he? Right. Okay. So he didn't. He had no affiliation with any building. He had no affiliation with asking all those people for money.
Right.
He even had a dinner with 12 people and nobody paid the bill. Right. So at the end of the day, it was built from around him. If we're going to talk about him specifically, it was built with no money. So why does it have to change now that they need money? Let me ask you this, and I'm gonna take it back to you for a second. He didn't start with any. He did not ask. Maybe I'm wrong, but he did. I think he turned over things in the temple that were doing things. If I remember something in the Bible about Jesus walking in the temple and turning shit over because there was money being exchanged.
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. Well, then, ask
I'm
that
not a
preacher.
huge, okay.
Bible guy. Yeah,
I will
'cause
ask
I'm
because
pre- I'm-
that's who I go to for guidance on the Bible and
The guy
all
up
of
here?
that. Yes,
Oh,
the
okay.
pastor, right,
Oh,
of the church
okay, yeah.
that I attend
Gotcha.
and contribute to so that it can exist and spread the word. And
You know what's coming next, right, Sherpa?
She's right on that. You have to have some foundation.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
Absolutely
to
not.
have
Some-
a
some
functioning
do.
You
building.
don't. You don't.
Yeah,
You don't need a
so-
building.
That's true, but
Anything after that, anytime someone says it's true, but anything after but's bullshit.
So
The
you're
question
saying
is
that
this:
the world
do you
that
need?
we live in today has to look exactly like the world that Jesus lived in.
If you're going to speak religion and you're going to say that religion is not based on money, religion does not have to be based on money.
I don't agree with that.
100%, it does not have to be based on money. Are you telling me
Unfortunately,
religion?
Everything is revolved around money.
Okay,
in today's day
but
and age,
but religion
everything
shouldn't
involves
be
money.
Because you can't-
religion is about faith.
That's
God is not.
unrealistic.
There's no pay a toll to get to heaven. Everything about religion is based on an afterlife, a forgiveness, love, peace. There is nothing in there. that
Nobody's
says-
asking to
and
pay
it's
all
hard to find a spot to
costs
preach the word where there's no property
And
that's
do
not
good-
available.
And
It
do
might
good
be-
for the community too.
you
The
could go-
church does
okay.
a lot of stuff for the
Listen.
community and for
They
people
don't
in
need
need.
them. Then,
Right.
again, then they don't need the money to do it. If I'm gonna be the church and I'm going to go help the homeless, I'm gonna have this guy give to that guy. They don't need to pass it through me and me take 10% of
Okay.
it. Okay.
Okay. So I could help people in need, right? But
You
I
can.
don't even know where to start.
Sure you do.
So
There's a million places outside church. If you can't tell me that the Red Cross, that's not church based. If you can't UNICEF, that's not church based. How
That's
about
a
just
building-
how
that's
about
building based.
Yeah,
It's not- it's
monetary
building based.
organization.
Okay, I'm not. We're not.
And it's middleman
We're not
based.
going to argue. When we can't sit here. We can't sit here and argue
3-on-1.
organizations that. Yeah, you guys can all come and I get taller as we go because at the end of the day, when you all sit here and think about it,
We know.
I'm 100% right. You can't argue. You're not going to You're not going to convince me that UNICEF and the church. You're not even going to put them in the same conversation. That is an
Elon just
that isn't
did UNICEF in.
okay. That is a.
irrelevant.
as we were speaking. So you see that's the thing. And he probably did, and he needed to. But you can't sit here and have that conversation with me and bring those other organizations into it, because those other organizations are all based on bringing in money, paying the people that run the organization. The Red Cross, the people that run the Red Cross, they make a lot of money. All right. The directors of those companies, even though they're non-for-profit, that's still a non-for-profit listed in a tax code that it is a business. So you can't compare that. Now, if you're going to say we're gonna bring it to church and keep it in church proper, church does not need money. It should not need money. If you're going to base a church, you could go to that church and do it on the beach and it will cost you a dime.
But how about the
Could
pastor
you-
and his
but
family?
I'm asking you,
How about
could-
the person?
So what about- what about him?
You're saying
He
churches
should-
shouldn't
into it.
exist?
Poor and
Nobody
destitute?
works for
He
free.
should wait again.
Except
So
for
then,
him.
so
Are you
then,
saying
so then
the
this
churches
is
don't
this
exist?
is. So
They're fine.
we're not talking about. So now we're not talking about religion. We're talking about that the religion is a business, because you're all saying, well, the pastor
No,
should
no, no.
work.
No,
The-
should
the-
make-
Should
should be able
churches
to-
not exist? Is what you're saying?
no,
No, to answer the question.
No,
Should-
no, it has nothing.
You're
to do-
saying. I mean, but
First of all, define the church.
grew
Are
up-
you the church is the people? You understand that,
right?
Okay,
but there are buildings that you have to pay
no,
for.
you do not
You
have
don't
to-
just give it to them for free,
guys.
If
Name a
every
place you give
church
for
met
free.
on the
Guys,
beach, are you
listen,
kidding? And
listen.
the beach is only
Okay, so then again,
of reality for us.
you're arguing the point that the church needs a building. I'm saying
It
that the
doesn't need a
church
building.
does not need a building.
some places
Period.
have
The church
buildings.
does not need money.
We've been
So
meeting
take it
outdoors
out
for
of the
5
equation.
years.
Yeah, but you
You've
can't
been
say
out
that
of
some churches
Chicago
can't
for
have a
too
building.
Why?
Where do you think the people of Chicago are meeting, if not in a building?
They could
It's
go.
like
They could
3
go
degrees.
meet. They could go meet in a. They could go meet in a park.
They could.
They
It's
could
like
go.
3
They could
degrees.
go.
They chose a
And again,
building.
I'm gonna blow your mind even
They
more.
fellowship
They
together and
could
get a
even-
building.
Okay, are you done saying building?
saying.
Say fucking building.
But you
again.
can't. You're saying
You're
that,
talking about
that
the
doesn't
building.
cost money. That's
Yeah,
insane.
yeah, okay.
It's
I-
maintenance. It's property.
Again, they
tax.
don't need a building. My point is the church does not need money because they don't need a building. Again, I'm gonna go a step
Agree
further.
to disagree.
Well, there's no disagreeing it because again, in Jesus' time, there were no buildings. There were no church. So you're saying
There was
just
100%
because
buildings.
But we're
in
not
Jesus'
walking
time.
around-
Jesus
We're
was
not-
not.
we're not
Jesus
doing
did not
miracles.
have
We're
a
not
church in
making
a building.
clay mounds out there.
Okay, so I there's no you can. It's an easy cop out to say agree, disagree, because at the end of the day, I look at it this way. Again, let's just say somebody in the congregation. Okay, I am a business owner. I own a tire factory. Okay, I own whatever you want to call it.
A
right?
glasses
with
company.
with a building. Okay, with a building, and you have a church, and you come to me and say, we can't meet on the beach this weekend because it's going to rain. Can we meet in your place? Because again, the meeting is the church is about the meeting. The religion is the meeting. The religion is the message. The religion is the speech. The religion is the sermon. It's not about the fucking
100%.
building.
So our church
Period.
takes
did
40
that.
hours a
Our
day
church
to do that.
did that for 10 years.
Oh, okay.
They did that.
Did
They
they have-
met
did
at
they-
the elementary
did
school
they ask
around
you
the
for
corner
money?
until they bought a property.
Yeah.
The elementary school charges them for
Yeah.
every single service that they hold there. They had to pay for that.
wait a
Unfortunate.
minute.
Then you don't go there either. Somebody out there would give your congregation a place to meet. Okay, and again, everybody knows we're in Florida. You can meet on the beach during the winter. You can meet the entire year on the beach. And if it's raining on Sunday, you can meet on Saturday. You don't have to do. Hold on, you don't have to do a mass every single day. My position is this: that it's based on money, and you guys are proving my point that you need that money because now the religion it needs a building. It needs the pastor needs a car. It's all bullshit.
Well,
It was not true because they don't force you to give money.
That's
Well,
right.
and
You
actually-
can attend for free.
actually-
You
AC.
have the right to give money. You don't. They're not saying, "Hey, whoa, hey, pass
Hey
it."
up.
They don't do
But
that.
okay, so then nobody gives
Actually.
this
I'm not saying
gives this
People
church.
give it out of their own belief on whatever they want to do. or their
Okay,
own
then
giving.
it's not. Then you proved my point. That religion is organized religion to me is based on money, and he's saying that it really doesn't need money, but you guys are saying it needs money because it needs a building, the past needs everything you just listed requires a dollar amount.
People are
and he
giving.
just said he just
People
came
are
to my
giving,
side.
but they're not-
He
yeah.
just came to my side and said he's right. They don't ask for money.
I don't
But
think he came to your side.
100%.
All I said was,
100%.
you said it's based on money, and I'm saying it's not because they're not forcing you to give money. That's all I'm saying.
Actually, AC, we are the church. We're on here on complete nonsense trying to tell you.
So that's first and
we
foremost.
are
Spread
the
the
church.
word.
So that
yeah, we
that
are the
didn't-
church.
that
We don't
didn't
need
get-
any
We're
money.
doing this
That-
for free.
Ah,
Are you?
thank you.
That didn't get changed. So that point didn't get changed because in
We're
my
not getting
opinion,
paid.
in my opinion, the religion nowadays is all based on money, as you guys all point out how the pastor needs to get
I got
paid.
to end
You
your
need
whole
it.
thing. So I listened to the last episode. I edited the last episode, and I listened to your.
Wait,
end
I'm talking to
points.
her today.
All right. Well, one,
I'm talking to her
Your
today.
end point was that it's all about hope and faith.
That's it.
And you had a problem with the NFL players mentioning God
Yeah.
at the end, right?
Yeah.
But you said God is all about hope and faith.
I didn't say God. The religion's about hope and faith.
Right. So
The
then,
belief is about hope.
right. So them mentioning that is directly correlated to hope and
No,
faith.
no, I'm gonna blow that up too. Again, if you're gonna present
you
it,
did-
let
you
me
did say that.
don't joke Jackie the joke man marling me when you laugh. I'm gonna respond to the statement. I just don't want. God isn't taking care of Hurts' win and not today Hurt wins. Jalen wins because God's on his side, but he's not on that
But
side.
he's
That was my
providing a
point.
message
Had
of
nothing
hope
to
and
do.
faith.
Had nothing to do with.
But he has
That's
the
not
right to
hope and
thank God if he
faith.
wants
To
to
the
thank
young
God.
boy,
He has
to
that
the
right.
young kid
He has that
listening.
belief. Doesn't mean that you have to have that belief.
Yeah.
He has that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. Go next. What's your
He's
next?
sending it
The-
to do this is what it do. You know.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
sending that
What it
hope
do.
and faith
What
to
it do.
Right.
it
At the end of the day,
Who dis?
this is religion does not need. They don't need money. At its core, it does not mean money.
But
You're right on that.
Exactly as he
But-
just
You're right
said.
on that. They don't need money.
Thank you.
But
Thank you.
To
That's
do
it.
what
a
they
lot of the
do.
organizations,
And she's saying they do.
A lot of organizations have buildings.
They don't.
I said
And
to
it takes
do
like
what
somebody
they
has
do
to
these
work,
days.
bro.
Right.
Like
No,
somebody has
no,
to provide
no.
the
That's
message.
somebody volunteering.
So the message.
volunteering.
So they have
People
to be
sing,
paid to
people
get
play
the message
guitar,
out.
If it takes 40 hours to craft a message to keep people's attention and convert people
Yeah.
to the
You
faith,
should
and
get
it takes
paid for
40
that?
hours,
Yeah,
Then
he
that's
just
not
did
what
right.
that
else
for
are they
free.
going to do? Live on the
That's-
street and ask for money?
That's not
Sit on the
re-
corner? Then what is that a good
wait, that doesn't
representation
make-
of faith?
Again, I asked the question
Of the religion?
for a guy who's a pastor who wants to spread the word of Jesus Christ or your God or whatever you got. He needs to have money to do that. Really?
If that's his job.
If you guys have been, it's not a job,
No,
bro.
he doesn't
You don't
need that.
have to
You're-
be.
I'm right- you're
That's
right on
not
that.
a
He's
job.
right on that.
That is
I
what
agree
you
with that.
decide to do. That is a calling. If you talk to
I agree
any
with that.
priest, they don't say it's a job. What
agree
you
with that.
do is a job. What she does is a job.
I agree
What
with that.
we do is a job. What they are doing, they called to do. They are called to be the voice of God. That's what they're called to do. That is not a job. And if it becomes a job, get the fuck out of it.
I think you're right. You're
Thank
dead
you.
right on that.
Next.
He's dead right on that.
Disagree.
Okay.
I don't
disagree.
think that-
How
I
do
don't
you
think-
di-
I don't
but
think it's
how do
forced
you
to be a job.
disagree with that?
I don't think it's forced to be a job. I
So
think
you
it's a calling.
yeah.
It's-
So you think a
it's a
pastor
belief.
is
Sure,
of
it's
what-
a,
yeah,
it's
it's
a
called.
calling, but so is a medium coming to do readings, right? And getting paid for their time and effort and
Some of them
energy
don't.
and all
Some
of
of
that.
them don't.
Wait.
Some of them don't.
Okay. How are you
Some of them
comparing a priest with a medium?
Because that's a calling, is it
well,
not?
you-
No,
Compared
that's
to-
not. That's a job.
100%. That's
You
a
compared-
gift. That's a
That's a
gift
gift
from God.
God, that's
right?
I don't believe that's from God. No,
Then
absolutely
where's it
not. I don't know where it comes from, bro. I don't know where it comes from. Again, the whole premise of this God
I
conversation.
stumped him.
No,
You
you
got him. Oh, you're saying,
No, I want you to. I hope in that.
don't know.
I hope in that list of notes you can stump me because I've already
didn't even
blown up
bring
your.
it
If you we're gonna take and please somebody out there get me a priest. Let's call a priest. Let's dial up your pastor right now and ask him if he would spread the
He
word
would
of God without money. I bet he'd say yes.
100%
Yeah,
he'd say
100%
yes.
yeah.
100% he'd
So
say
then
yes.
that's
course.
it. The conversation's over. If a pastor can tell you, I can do this without money, we can make this work without money. My
And
congregation
he
can make.
probably would.
he
Then
has
that's it. Thank
Probably
you.
would.
He has
Next
said
topic.
that, but that he wants to give our church a home. He wants to
Yeah, a
give
home.
people a
They
place
should-
to
You know what he
come
wants
and
to get-
worship and
Yeah.
all of that.
Right.
And
How much is that going to cost?
go
And
and
if
be
you're
the church.
willing
I
to
don't
do
know,
it,
but
then you
costs
can
money.
give.
How much-
That's
Some
fair.
churches are
How much-
big, bro.
Yeah.
Some big.
Look at, as we discussed that day, the Vatican. Look at the Vatican.
Yeah, that's
Pure
huge.
greed. And you know the Pope's going to resign. Second time. What's a
I
Pope's?
thought it was like
Now,
second time ever
let's-
he's going to resign.
let's not be
Hold
naive.
on. Next question.
Let's not be naive to say that there's not some out there that are in it for the money.
They're all
That
in.
is, there
Yeah.
all,
are some.
all religions
There are
based
some.
on.
there's corruption
That-
in everything.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
corruption
Yeah,
and everything.
but religion's
The
based
devil
on.
is real.
But that's the thing I think they're trying to
And
say.
he's-
You're going hard on
Religion's
religion.
based
That's
on.
edited.
All right,
Not
what do you
all
got?
of it. Not all of it.
Yeah, all of it.
Can't say all.
Go ahead. What you got next?
Okay, you hit very hard on cancer.
Cancer. Okay.
You really came for why if
Ronald
God
McDonald
exists,
House.
why does cancer exist?
I didn't say
why,
that. You didn't
why
listen
are-
to it.
Well, no, I
She did.
You
Okay.
said
You just
said
said
why
that. I
is
didn't
a
say that.
football player thanking God when there's children in the Ronald McDonald House?
That's not what I said.
Yeah, you did
Okay,
say
what did you
that.
say?
Okay,
You
so
just
I
said
said what I want to do is God should not be in a football game.
Okay.
God is not taking care of the football players that day to win the game, and He's not paying attention to the children. If there's a God in your world, then He should not, and I would hope not, that He's helping Jalen Hurts win this game today. But little Jimmy, who's in Ronald McDonald House, he's looked away from.
That's
But
two
isn't the
different
Ronald
things.
McDonald House an act of God in the first place?
Absolutely
isn't
not.
the science to
Science, yes.
combat cancer?
Science.
You don't believe that science is from God? You
I
don't
do
think
not.
it's all? Do you have any idea what's going on inside your body right now?
Yes.
Your circulatory
Yeah,
system,
of
your
course.
organs.
Yep.
You think that's all just by chance? You don't
I
think
do.
that's science?
It is science
by
That is-
God.
That's science.
Okay.
Well,
I
So then
think-
why does God?
science is
Wait,
your
let's
religion?
let's go this way. So if that's you made the statement. Let me
Well,
let me
okay,
respond to
okay,
that.
okay.
You can
Okay.
take your second part of it. So are you trying to tell me that? So this God again? Here's this God that sits up there. Your vision of a God is what? Is he like a guy in a white robe with a beard? He's probably not
It's-
100%
it's
white.
what
He's
she-
got to be a little dark because Jesus was from the
I don't know
from
if
the Middle
he's
East and stuff.
human
Okay, so you
form.
just think it's a form.
She
So-
believes. She
I don't
believes
know.
in what she believes in.
So
she has every
this
right
God
to do that.
And I'm
that-
not naive enough to say I don't know.
Okay, so this
Right.
God,
Nobody knows.
But you're pretty adamant that there is one.
Yes.
Okay.
Some people might know.
creator,
So then they do
a
shit.
superior
So,
being.
okay, so then we are blowing up. She's saying she may not know what he looks like, but she's damn well confident that there is one.
I believe
She
he
believes
sent
that.
someone
She
down in
believes that.
human form.
Okay, so
Yes.
so now this God that
Mm-hmm.
is there. So it was just Earth. That's it. So it's only Earth that he was like, hey, this
No,
is the
I
place.
never
I'm-
said that, and I don't believe that.
So then this God that you have is making multiple universes, but in our
be.
universe, in our solar system, it's the Earth right now, or in our whatever
Or
you're a
maybe-
scientist, so I
Maybe
don't.
he is the god of our solar
Oh, so
system
there's
or
other
our
gods.
Earth.
Okay.
Or, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, because I'm
I
gonna
can't
tell
answer
you,
that.
I know.
She believes.
Oh,
She
okay.
believes in a
Yeah,
higher
100%.
being. She believes in a higher being.
Yeah, well, that's
Yes.
that's the faith.
That's
She
good.
just calls. She has faith. She has faith in just wanting people to be good.
No,
But
you gotta
is-
believe in Jesus
but
Christ.
is she wrong?
Jesus Christ, what? But
she's
when
not wrong.
you believe in Jesus Christ
Yeah,
to
'cause
what?
he-
What do you
because
believe in
before
Jesus
that,
Christ
it
to?
was
Your
sacrificing animals.
miracle, your
No,
mir-
not miracle, man, but somebody who sacrificed their son for our sins. Like that's big time. Like somebody who lived the
But again, at
experience
the end
as
of-
a human being and knows what we have gone
Yeah.
through. In
He was a
this-
guy. He was a guy that was radical, and that was
Stepmom. Was he a radical?
He was a
stepmom?
stepmom.
Yeah.
He was extremely radical about this belief he had. He wanted people to start to believe, and that was the beginning of whatever religion you want to call it, right? And he was very adamant about loving each.
AC. I want to see you in heaven, bro. What are you
I want
talking
to
about?
if there's a heaven.
dude?
if
Like,
there-
bro,
why would
yeah,
I?
wanna
Wait,
see you
again,
there. Yeah, dude.
if I
What are you
wasn't,
talking about?
if this
I'll see
God,
him and I'll just test my. Yeah, what it do?
if there's this God that you say there is, wouldn't I be in heaven anyway? Even if I didn't believe it.
I think.
it's
No,
different.
is this again here? I guess I question who
I think
this
it's
guy
the
is.
ego that
Is he
has to
all
get
loving or
sacrificed.
Hold
not?
on. You can't judge. Listen, one thing I hate because I grew up in the church.
Wait.
I did.
Yeah.
But you cannot judge people on what they believe. That's one thing I hate.
It's not about, nobody's
Yeah.
judging
no,
in
but
this
you
room.
are. You kind of are.
No, we're not
because
judging
you're saying
at all.
there's no God and they're wrong. And they're wrong on this and they're wrong on that. They're not wrong. You
What
just
I
don't
say that I
believe
didn't.
it.
I never used the word wrong. But
100% of you's wrong.
churches,
Yep.
the church is
I'm
based on
saying-
money. That's a fact.
That's your belief on that topic.
It's not a belief, but it's a
That's not true.
I
on
Wait,
your
wait.
on your aspect,
Wait, hold on.
aspect,
Are you
that
trying
doesn't
to-
mean that you're right.
Are you trying to
You're
say?
judging that
I'm
on
asking
your
you a question.
experience.
I'm gonna end that conversation. Are you not saying that again? It's not based on money. You just were there.
No, I
a
didn't.
minute ago.
I said.
All right, that's fine. Let's go back to it.
I did not say.
Okay.
I
So
believe
this God is this God
You're good.
again.
I'll tell you what to do.
Yeah. You see, the thing about it is, if we want to have, I'm always judging.
You're
buddy.
judging a little bit.
Okay. If we're gonna have the real conversation about it, right? This is all fun and dandy, and I'm not upset or mad about it, right? And
A little
I
bit.
hope to God you're not. You're God. But at the end of the day, there's no. You're going to present something, and we have to take a look at it as a hard physical fact of what you can describe.
Of
So
our
for the
understanding,
for the
our
sim-
understanding
But
is so minuscule,
no, that's not true. What do you mean you have a
100%.
minuscule understanding?
We're not very
We
far
know where
from
we
the
came
apes,
from.
dude.
We know.
We're not
we,
very far from the apes,
we
bro.
know.
And the,
We-
and the,
so are
and
you-
the-
so you're saying we
and
can't-
Just a bunch.
Did
of
we
money.
come?
And the timeline.
Is that why you don't bathe?
In the
Did
timeline
we-
of life,
did
bro.
we
Yeah,
come-
100%.
No, that's,
Did we come from apes? Did you just say we came from apes?
Which is evolution, which is an act
Okay.
of God.
So gotcha. So you don't believe in Adam and Eve then?
No.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I
so there's
believe-
certain aspects of the God you believe, but there are
I
other
don't-
aspects you don't believe.
Right. I
You don't
don't
believe
think
in
God
Moses?
snapped
It's their
his fingers
interpretation.
and made
It's
everything.
not
I think
they have
it is
beliefs.
a lot
it's
more
their
complicated.
interpretation of what
I'm
they
sorry. Wait, we
learned
lost.
to
him. He's trying to.
Well, no, he's right.
I'm right. Thank
Well,
you very much.
I was trying
Try
to
cutting
hear
you
what
off.
you were saying.
Yes, I don't think that God snapped his fingers one day apart. One day it's this. One day it's that. I
So
think
then
it
you're picking and
all
choosing what to believe in that
evolved.
Bible.
No, it's not
Okay.
taking everything literally and then
No,
like
it's-
praying on it and having an understanding of that.
It's
that
your
works
understanding.
For you, yeah.
Okay, but again, there's a Bible. Okay, and this Bible in most religions, okay, because they all don't follow the same Bible as we know.
Right.
But in most religions, they have a book. Whatever you want to call that book, they
Right.
have a book, and that book teaches a story of
Right.
how this all began.
Right.
Okay, and there's no saying in all of the books. There's no saying we evolved from apes. There's no saying that we came from one thing to another.
That was my
there's
biggest question.
There's
Where were the dinosaurs?
Right.
bro? That was what I asked the pastors
All of it.
at youth camp. Like, where were the dinosaurs?
All of
like,
it.
They'd be like,
All-
Sherpa, like,
Yeah.
where?
So
like,
that's
some
the-
things
that's
don't
a
have
great-
an answer. I'd
that's
be
a
like,
great-
what the fuck? I was like
So-
8
That's
years
a great.
old.
That's
you
a
know?
great conversation,
Yeah.
dude. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to this: that there's stuff that we can prove, and we can prove. You can prove that there were
There's a
dinosaurs.
lot of stuff
You
we
can
can't
prove that there was. I'm not even.
God.
You can't prove there were dinosaurs.
There's more that we can't prove.
No,
than
I'm
we
saying
can
there's
prove.
things you can't prove. I mean, like
Can't
you're
approve?
having readings about things that you don't know that you believe
Like
in.
legitimate.
You believe in.
I-
That,
I also
but again,
nobody was there.
some people-
Who was
some-
writing this down?
some
Nobody
people might
was
not
there
believe
in
in
the
that.
First Testament.
Right.
There's a lot
Nobody was
in
there
the
for
First
the.
Testament that
there was nobody there for the Bible either. You understand? That was not
yes,
first
but
hand.
it's a compilation
As long
of
as
a
we're
lot of
That were
of-
verified and backed up by multiple accounts from different
They
times.
were not- that was not- none of that was verified.
Did
Get
you
that-
listen to that thing I sent you on that dude?
Yes.
I don't
Did you
believe that
listen to
either.
that? Did you listen to it? Did you listen
Which
to it?
one?
I gotta look up his
Yeah,
name
the
again.
verified. You tell me it was verified.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
It was matched up with other accounts that
Okay.
were all had the
You
same.
believe- who by who? Who verified these things?
But you look at so there's a multitude of documents, right, talking
Yeah.
about the same thing. Right?
Those documents have been bits and pieces throughout 100 years,
Right,
bud.
and so
maybe even
then
500
as-
years, maybe
and
even 1,000
So
years.
we use science. Us today use science to piece those documents together, and
Yeah.
then they said, "Oh, this
It
is
was an
proven."
interpretation.
Yeah, but then they said this is proven fact. They were talking about the same thing.
Okay.
From
Next.
they were,
not
so
even
he doesn't like science. He doesn't acknowledge
I do
science.
I do acknowledge that.
it's
Because at the end of
science.
the day,
it's science.
the key of it is this for
Right.
me is they're bringing up there are certain things that are proven and it's scientific.
I agree with you.
And
Listen,
that's it.
listen,
That's
listen
it.
to me for a minute. Okay. Yeah. Am I waxed?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
But I'm better when I'm waxed.
Yep.
So I want to say this. They believe in what they believe in, and they have every right.
I'm not trying to knock them off
I
their
know.
belief, buddy.
I
I'm not.
Kinda,
No,
because
I'm
you
not.
don't-
Well,
you
I'm
don't
telling
believe
you,
in
I'm
it.
not.
But I think that in deep down that you do believe.
I
do. I really do.
I have faith, but I don't.
I think you. Believe,
I don't think it's some white guy.
I think that you think
I don't think
there's
it's
a
some-
being
I don't think-
beyond.
no,
I think you believe in the beyond. 100%.
Like a heaven and hell. I don't.
The beyond.
I don't believe.
Oh, you do. You
I don't-
certainly do. You have readings, and you're
But
excited
that's not about beyond.
because you.
It's not
it is
heaven.
It's not here.
No, I believe that. I believe we're an energy. That's what I believe.
Yeah,
because again, she's a
it's the
scientist.
beyond.
Are we an
You
energy?
can't
That's
say
not beyond.
That is beyond.
Yeah, I'm hoping
It's
that
not-
again. You're talking about when we're doing the readings. The readings I don't believe have anything to do with. I'm not talking to God. I'm not.
But you
We're not
don't know
doing
that.
readings for God.
What makes that the beyond?
What do you mean?
What makes that the beyond?
It's just an energy.
It's not like we don't know. She could be selling us a whole bunch of crap, right?
Sure.
She could be telling you what you want
Sure.
to hear, right? Could be very good at what she does.
So we choose
But
to
you don't
believe that we're
because
talking to
you
our dead
really believe-
relatives. Yeah,
Of course.
but that has
But
nothing to
you
do with God.
honestly
I'm not talking to God.
You honestly want to believe in that?
Am I talking to
Am
God?
I naive to believe that you don't want to believe in that? That
Believe in
you're
what?
talking to
Dead relatives? Yeah, of course. Yeah,
of course.
But it still has nothing to do with God.
But that's not. How do you know that? Is what I'm
Because
saying.
I'm not asking to talk to God.
It's not normal.
There's no science behind
There's
it.
no, there's no science behind it.
Again, I'm not. If you're asking me in terms of the readings and stuff like that, 100%, I'm taking that at face value, but I don't believe it's a God
But
thing.
what creates that? Could that be God?
I don't know.
Could that's what? That's
What creates that?
What,
The energy of a
That's
spirit.
your belief.
Because everybody, one of us live. We have to have. We're an energy, and you're a scientist. You believe in energy.
Yes, and that was
Okay,
in my notes.
so we believe
Energy
in
is
it.
not created nor destroyed. You
Correct.
said-
It's constant motion.
What
Energy's
makes
always
that?
there.
What
What did I
makes
say
that?
about that?
Maybe I'm wrong, but I could have sworn you said it dies with us.
No, I
You
didn't
did
say
say that.
energy.
You did.
No.
You
I
did
said
say
when we die,
It dies
we're
with
an
us.
energy. When we die, that energy gets expelled.
Okay.
I didn't say we died.
Okay.
The energy
you,
dies.
I must have
I think you were in the moment.
No,
You
you're
did say
waxed.
it.
I didn't
No,
say it.
But,
You gotta
but I'm
read. You gotta
saying-
listen.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
You believe in the.
Wait, I gotta get
the
to
beyond.
you and I can fight.
No, we're not
You can
fighting.
be on the. No, I don't mean fight. You get on their side, but I don't
Not
want to
on
lose
their
track
side.
with this one.
I'm
'cause
saying that
this
you're
one
right
came in-
and she's
I am
right.
right. Thank you.
No, she's-
Cheers.
you have your beliefs.
Cheers.
You have your right to your own beliefs.
I love when he's waxed. Don't you love when the big D's
I'm
waxed?
right.
It's crooked. All right, so good. So yes, we're an energy, and energy never dies. We know that, right? It just gets expelled. So that's why when you see somebody pass and you see a video of somebody pass, and whether it's doctored or not, whatever it is, there's sometimes you see an energy rise out of it. In terms of readings, do I want to believe that I'm talking to my stepdaughter's deceased? Sure, why not? Do I know if I really am? Clearly. What's interesting about
But
them,
you believe it?
because yeah, of course.
She's telling you
but
things
but it's
that
not God. She's not giving me a line to God.
You don't know
She doesn't-
that, is what I'm saying. You don't know that.
I do know that. She's giving me information about Kaylee. Kaylee's hair. Kaylee's this. Kaylee's that. Kaylee's this. She's not saying, oh, wait, hold on. There's Jesus
You're
here.
saying
What do you
that-
got, Jason?
You're saying the energy. Hold on. You're saying the energy creates that, right?
No.
But what?
I didn't say energy.
You
creates
said
it.
energy.
Yeah, we are energy. Yeah.
Okay. So why does she have an intellect to be able to talk to you and give you
Because it's
tip-
God?
And give,
I don't
what
think
makes
it's God.
that though? Is what I'm
I
saying.
don't know. And not God.
You don't
though.
know.
I know it's not God.
But you don't know what it's not.
Then why does
God
God talk to us?
How do you know that?
How
Because-
do you know that?
Because he hasn't talked to anybody.
He does talk to people.
Oh, he
That's
does?
what faith is.
Oh, that's right. He
There are
talks
people who
He
he
seek it
talks
out.
to wait, oh, they
People
talked to
who seek
Sherpa
it out.
when
You don't
Sherpa
believe
hit the
that.
telephone
You don't
pole
believe that.
and his buddy was mashed into a
You don't
meatball
believe that, bro.
and he was out. He talked to him and he said,
That's not
they
true.
high-fived each
No,
other.
but-
There's
What's
never been a
next on
time
your
that you
list?
talked to God in your past.
Oh yeah,
your
of
past-
course. I was born. I
course.
just said I was raised Catholic. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now I know that's all bullshit.
because you had some bad experiences.
I didn't have bad experiences.
You told, yeah.
I wasn't diddled. I'm good. What do you got?
You
What
look
do you
like you
got?
were.
Well, we
What's
could
next?
go in two different directions right
All
now.
right.
We could keep going on the energy one, or
All
we
right.
could circle back to where I was diverted off of.
Ooh.
No, go back to where you. We both agree it's we're
Amen.
energy,
Amen.
Okay.
right?
Right.
We both agree we're energy.
Right.
So what?
There was more that you said there that I wanted to comment. I really
Ask-
should have been on that episode.
Just ask
but-
me. Yeah, ask me. What did
Okay.
you? What I
well,
say?
you said why are angels and ghosts different? Why are some
did say
Exactly.
people
that,
trapped
yeah.
as ghosts and some people angels?
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Good question.
have sort of a radical belief on that.
Okay.
I feel very strongly that. Well, also, my lovely husband did mention it. I watch a lot of Zach Bagans.
It's not Ghost Adventures. It's
Ghost
Ghost
Adventures.
It
Yeah,
is,
I used
but
to watch
say
that show
Ghost
too. I don't
Hunters.
like that. That
I
shit
used to
scares
get
me.
baked and just
Yeah, I did.
really
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I had it all figured out.
And
to
they
be
got-
honest.
you know what
She
they
used to cook cookies.
You know what they made
is
off
I'm
you?
saying.
You know what they made off you people? A lot of money.
A believer.
A lot of money.
So
Tons of dough.
We'll have our own Ghost Adventures coming up though, so we want
Yeah.
some money too.
We
what
want.
I got from that was ghosts are essentially energy that's trapped here. They don't necessarily. They may have been
Trapped
murdered. They
where?
may have died suddenly here on Earth.
Okay.
In this
I
dimension.
believe that Earth is purgatory.
Okay.
I think when you're trapped in purgatory, you're stuck here. You don't know where you're at. You're not in heaven and you're not in hell. I think hell would be the center of the earth.
So you
right?
do believe that there is a heaven and a hell.
100%.
I do. I
Okay.
think hell is quite literally the earth's core. I
Wow.
think being dragged down to hell would be dragged to the center of the earth.
But again,
right?
though, so I asked the question. To ask that question. Is not your God the most loving, compassionate God that ever been? Because you all portray.
100%.
Okay, so then why would there be
died for our
anybody?
sins. He
Why would there be
created all of
anybody?
us good.
Why would there be anybody in hell then? Why?
What? Because he gave us free will.
Okay. So again, once you die, you have that energy. He is the most loving. He's the most loving entity
And
out
he
there.
gave us
Your
every
words.
chance that
Okay.
he
So
could
then,
give,
so then
just
he,
like any
but
father
who's-
would do.
So
Any
who's
good
this?
father.
Okay. So who's the sign that I'm a bad guy. I die at that moment. I'm saying, no, I'm not coming up. I want to stay down.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Based off of, I guess, if you were that bad of a guy and
Okay.
you're taking
But then
out
he's
other
not.
people
Then he's not
and all
that.
of that,
Then he's not that forgiving and loving guy that you
See,
say he is.
because you sought the devil. You didn't follow God.
I asked.
he did that. He did that.
I'm asking the. I'm asking.
did the second.
It's not making any sense though. Because
Yeah,
again, I'm
I agree with
asking a
you on that
simple
one. I
question:
was raised in the church.
Is
I
he
don't-
not the loving, compassionate guy that you have? And if that's the case, then there should be no hell, because he would never send anybody down there, because he would open them with arms and say, "I love everybody, even though you sinned. I had a child up there." Died for those sins. You are welcome. So there should be no hell.
But you still have to make a free will and a choice because we
So
live
when
on
do you
this
do that?
world.
When you die? When do you do that? When
No,
you die?
it's leading
Right
up
as soon
to
as
your
before you
death.
die, you say,
No,
"I'm sorry,
you have
God,
a whole
I got to
life
come up."
live. You have a whole life to live.
Well,
You've
again,
made
we
decisions
have
your whole life.
we have a guy who's a serial killer, and on his deathbed, he's like, he killed 100 women and children, the most vile things you could think of. On his deathbed, he goes, "Sorry, God, forgive me." And when he dies, is God welcoming him, or is he sending him down to hell?
I don't know.
My position is there is no heaven and hell. Once we die, that energy expels out into the universe, right? We may become whatever. And I believe those energies, as you see them as ghosts, I think those energies may very well get trapped here, just as we all are. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be a ghost, or, and we want to play, because you have ghost hunters, you bake some beans, you smoke some weed, you fucking want to watch it and have some fun
we
with
cook
it, right?
cookies and eat beans.
There you go. But at
bro.
the end of the day,
bacon.
I have it. It's one simple question. If the God that you people portray all your lives, and how he helps the Philadelphia Phillies on Sunday, but doesn't give a shit about Joey and Ron McDonald's, Ron McDonald's is working at God, right? Working through God. Okay. Why is there a hell if he loves and cares and forgives everybody? None of you can answer that. So in my opinion, there should, if there's this God,
Because
there
I
should
think
be
if you
no
have
hell.
truly followed the devil and been tempted
Well,
in that
will he not
direction your
forgive
whole
you?
life, I don't know. I can't see how he would.
Yeah. Oh, he would. Oh, so he's not a forgiving God.
I'm not that holy.
Big C.
I mean, I'm on
C
camera.
Let me preface
Yeah,
this.
it
Big
don't
C
matter.
is not
Big
God.
C. Hold on a second.
Big C.
I need to rewind that. I'm not that holy. Bam. The conversation.
I'll say
She's
this.
not God. None of us are that
She didn't
good.
say God. She said she's not that holy. Are
As
you in the
God
fucking
is.
show? Are you in the show? What?
As God is, I'm not as
Yeah.
holy as he is, so
Right.
I can't say. No, I would send them to hell. No.
Again, so at the end
For
of the
me.
day, but if it was your God is forgiving and loving of all people, places, animals, things, and everything in
I don't
between.
know. I think there's a line.
See, that's
Oh, so there's
where
a
your
line. Okay, so
all of
then
our
he's not. Then he's
interpretations-
not this all loving God. Okay, all right.
See, I
fair
don't
enough.
believe. I don't believe.
All right,
that
next.
part.
So which
I
energy-
don't believe that you go. I believe that you have a chance because some
You think
people.
there's a hell?
I do believe there's
You think
something.
it's like the center
no,
of
I
the
believe
earth?
that there's something that goes
Which
on.
again, hey, that's
but
a
I
great.
don't believe that you're
the center of the earth
judged
is
in
molten.
that manner.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that you're because some people are raised up not even around any
Yeah.
part of the Bible or any part of
Yeah.
that experience. So,
Right.
I mean, were they just damned? I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't believe in that.
Great point.
So-
the people that never had religion, are they all going to hell?
So-
or are they just stuck on this earth?
I was raised up.
churches.
I was raised up in the church, so I get it. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
that's a
by
good one.
no means. By
yeah,
no
you're not
means.
religious.
Yeah,
Let's
I
get
am
something
religious.
straight here. You're not religious.
But I believe. I mean, again,
I
like, I'm
believe
not
I can
perfect,
fly.
but I do
got
think
you.
that
Hey, I got
people,
her.
some people
She's not
have
crying,
the
but I got her.
knowledge and they
Yeah.
don't choose,
Uh-huh.
and some people don't even have the knowledge at all.
Yep. I understand.
So
Yeah.
are they to be?
I don't mean to cut you off, and I love I
Yeah.
love where you're going. Thank you for validating me. What's next? You want to go back to
Wesley Huff is the dude's name.
Yeah, I'm not going to listen to Wesley Huff tell me about what he knows about God.
But it's scientific.
It's scientific? All right, I'll listen to that.
Yeah.
So
Next
he
podcast.
combines science with God?
Yeah, 100%.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
the biblical text
Go ahead.
and all that.
I want to
What's
come
next?
back to the cancer thing because
Please.
you hit hard on that.
Yeah,
The
'cause I
little
don't
Jimmy
believe-
in the Ronald McDonald House and all of that. First of all,
Yep.
I think the Ronald McDonald House and the science behind all of that, and I do equate God with science.
Okay.
I think that is an act of God.
Okay.
And I think cancer is very much an act of humanity.
Yeah,
I don't.
I believe
think-
that too. Sure, 100%. Cancer is a byproduct of what we live.
Right.
I mean,
You don't
disease
see-
evolves. Again, 100 years ago, polio was a thing. It's no longer around.
Right. And
Measles
you don't
is
see
coming
third
back.
world countries riddled with cancer like
Correct.
America is.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
that's
don't think
processed
that you
foods
can
and stuff,
blame
sure.
that on God and say, "Oh, why is
yeah.
Jimmy sitting in the Ronald McDonald
But you
house?"
see, again, you didn't listen to the episode. Nobody
did
said.
listen.
Then I never said God. I wasn't blaming God for that cancer. I was saying God is not caring about the NFL and not caring about.
Yeah, why is
But
he
he
thinking
is
about the
caring
NFL?
because
Why is he?
he's
Why is he?
getting
I kept
the-
saying, why is he? If
the
you
fact
guys,
that he's in the Ronald McDonald house at all, right?
Yeah.
That gives him some hope. He's some treatment, some
but
something.
that again, I don't believe. So my position is we take it out of, hey, thank God for my ability to score a touchdown when little Jimmy's sick. So Jimmy says,
so we don't
God,
have the
cure
right to
me, and he
celebrate
dies. He dies.
But Jimmy had hope
You can
and faith.
celebrate. You can celebrate, but don't bring
Can I-
God into it.
Why?
Um,
Why can't I
God-
say thank
'cause-
God I
because
had a good
God
day
didn't do
today?
it. God didn't
think
do it for you.
That
did it.
depends on the person, though.
You didn't.
The person, like
Again, she's being very specific. The big C's being very specific, saying,
Yeah.
AC, you're talking about the Ronald McDonald house,
Right.
and this acting like I'm saying, oh, God doesn't love them. That's not what I'm saying.
Then-
I'm saying that this God does not love the NFL more than he loves these cancer kids.
Yeah,
and
and I don't
because
think
there's
anyone
no
said that.
because
But
there's
if
no
you're-
God, because there's no such thing as a God. There's nothing, in my opinion, nothing up there saying you're gonna live today, you're gonna die today. You had a great job in the football game. Hey, good job over there. Oh, sorry, Jimmy, I couldn't cure you. The science that I'm going through just couldn't cure you today. Everything that we live and die is a symptom of life.
Right.
We're
And free
born
will, our
to die. It's not
God-given
about
free
free will,
will.
because again, that's
It
an
is,
easy
though.
cop out. If you have
No.
free will to get cancer, is free will, because meaning free will means I'm allowed to do. Correct?
Right.
So that doesn't mean we get cancer. That wasn't our will to get cancer.
Right.
Nobody wanted to get cancer.
Right.
His friend didn't want to get mashed against the tree and
Right.
him come out of the car and say, sorry, Bill, you were an asshole today, right?
Correct.
Nobody wanted that. So free will is that's a tough word to use because nobody has free will to die. Nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to die young. Nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to get killed.
that's some
not-
people
it's-
do.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. Now you're in the
I'm
goddamn
just,
suicide thing.
I'm just telling you.
I mean, what the fuck? Take his drink away.
job,
Can somebody
Dees.
take his
That's what
fucking
some
drink
people
away?
We're with you.
Yeah,
bro.
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm trying to be.
God damn, I love him. So anyway, so let's take free will out because you don't have the will. Nobody wills to die.
No,
of
I
cancer.
think that's
Nobody
huge.
wills
And
it.
I'm not necessarily talking about cancer. I'm talking
You
about.
started the cancer con. You said start with cancer conversation. You can't backtrack now. I got her.
I'm
You
no,
don't
I'm talking
ever-
about the
you
NFL
got-
players.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
talking
Talking
about
about we're back in the NFL.
day
Okay.
in and day out hard work that they put
Yep.
in and faith that it
That
was
wasn't faith. That was the hard work.
That's
that they
their
put in
decision
there.
to do. That's their aspect.
If they
of it.
didn't put the work
Right.
in, do you think? Okay, again, I asked the question. I'm asking.
No, if they didn't put the work in, they wouldn't be winning the Super Bowl.
Okay, but if I prayed every day and said, God, I want to do this.
Would it hurt?
I'm asking the question. Now you don't get into faith. We're talking specifics. You can't give me faith because, again, faith is easy. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we got faith, right? That we all know it's faith. But we're talking about you're the God proper.
Right.
You're saying God had that happen. No,
So
if
hey,
they didn't do
live
it,
by the rules.
if
They
wait, let
live
me
by the
finish.
rules.
If I didn't do the work, and I said every day, God, let me be in an NFL. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to say it for the next 5 years, and then I'm going to step in an MMA ring and see what happens.
you gotta
Please
live by what
You
what
gotta
it says.
try to
Please
work
do.
out, bro.
No, I'm not going. God's going to help me.
You just gonna roll in there?
Yeah, I'm going to roll.
I'm gonna.
I'm going to every day when I
I'm
all
gonna
day,
be there
gonna be betting.
that day.
all day. I'm going to be like this. God, let me be in the MMA.
I'm gonna
God, let me be in the MMA.
God, let him make it out of this alive.
And then when I get, God's gonna see me through. And then when I get in there, I'm gonna knock the shit out of this guy, and then I'm gonna be like, and then I can literally say,
Yeah,
thank God.
but the word's all about hard work and sacrifice.
Thank you. That has
and
nothing to do with
these
God.
things.
See, you guys
But
all
it
prove my
does.
It
point.
It's all in the
discipline,
Bible.
living
Yeah.
the right way, doing what you're supposed to do.
So, okay, so now you
It's
stop
all
there
in
for a
the
second.
word,
So
bro.
the people that are disciplined, do the things the right way, they're more attuned to God than the people that don't. So again,
No,
the
but they're
drug
winning
addict,
Super Bowls.
me as a drug addict, where I could not get my shit together, that was me turning away from God. But the guy who says he's doing the right thing, God is giving him
Well,
that
what is,
power.
What is centered in turning drug addicts' lives around? Lives.
No, God, no, absolutely not.
Oh,
That's
admitting
your-
a higher power is
Yeah,
actually
that's-
like
that- well,
one of
that's-
the first steps.
That's what
That's
all
the
of,
meetings. That's organized. Again,
And
it's an
huge.
organized religion, in my opinion. Yeah,
100%.
you know what? You know what got me
it needs
sober?
to be
You know,
some religion.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be religion. Again, I don't go to NA. I didn't do any of that stuff, and I've been sober since I'm 23 years old. And I did 2 rehabs, doing detox, and that had nothing to do with God. Nothing. I didn't thank God. I didn't look for God. Even at the time, I was a God person like you all are. I knew what it was going to take. I had two options: live or die. Right. So I choose to live. I went. I got the help. The help of the science, okay, to get me off the drugs. I did the detox. I got sick. I did all that stuff. He didn't. He wasn't. Okay, you're gonna say, well, he saw you through and he died. Well, again, then the guy who died next to me, and I've seen many of my friends die from drug addiction. You're telling me that I was better than that guy in the eyes of God? Then again, I think this. I don't kind of want to hang out with this guy. If I do the wrong thing, he's gonna fucking take me out.
But
No, I'm saying
you don't know his journey. You don't know the other guy's journey.
Your God-given free will
He
to
went back
make
to free
those
will.
decisions and pull yourself out of a dark place.
So
and
then he
said,
had nothing
"Yes,
to do
I
with
think
my.
God saw you
Then he had
through
nothing to do with my recovery.
No,
if it was
but-
my free will again, we're back to my free will, and he didn't help
And
me.
if you're doing the right thing and making the right choices and
If
trying,
I'm
then
my free
yes.
will, me alone, me.
Right.
Then again, thank you. There's no God involved.
Hey, it's all
Okay.
good. Hey,
Wow.
AC, we'll get you, bro. We'll be all hanging out.
I love it.
coasting
You know what we're gonna
upstairs,
do
buddy
though?
boy.
We're gonna seriously ask. We're gonna ask one day to have your pastor. I would love to have the conversation because let a guy who's again. I want to know why he needs that Cadillac or why he needs that building
He
or why he
does.
needs it. So you got anything else
Does
on
he
that
have
list?
that though?
Yeah, he's building one.
Oh, he's building a Cadillac.
They're building it.
Yes, from the ground up.
What else is on that list? Which way you want to go?
From
Well,
the
that-
Come on.
That was it. I thought
Oh.
we were going to go
I-
a lot harder on the.
Oh, you wanted to go on the cancer? Which one? Oh, so God. So you're trying to say that God is in that building?
Listen, we're at 54, man.
That's great. Perfect. We got another 10 minutes. What do you got? Because we do. I want to do between now and 15 minutes because I've noticed everyone that you guys love, Theo Von, bad friends, they all do between now and 15 minutes. We keep it. Sometimes we get a little long, sometimes
all
we get a little
complete
short.
nonsense,
Just
baby.
depends, right? We do what the fuck we want to do. Why do you keep control? This is what he does. He doesn't want to show up. I mean, he's the worst fucking guy for a god.
And we got the
Wrapping it
board
up.
What you
control,
got?
man. I mean,
That's it. You
That's
agreed
it?
with me on the cancer thing. So
What do I do?
I've
Wait,
got
what I agree
nothing
with you
more
on?
to really
Sorry,
argue.
I agreed on the cancer thing.
Yeah,
What I
on
agree.
cancer being man-made, and
Yeah, of
I guess
course.
you don't
Yeah.
agree in these science and cure and all of that.
I do, but it's not God. It's
being
very
God, right.
yeah,
Well,
it's very
yeah, that's
intelligent
where
people.
we-
Because again, you're a scientist.
Discovering the science
Did you not
of
work your ass off to become a scientist and know what the fuck you did? Did your whole career
to learn the science of things that is being discovered by man,
Could I- but
but was
couldn't I do it?
created by God.
Oh, so everything is created.
he even said
Everything
that.
is created by
Yeah,
God. So
100%.
everything, even down in this phone, everything is created by God.
Yep.
Okay, so he has a hand in everything.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot for one
He's a
person.
big man.
That's why I guess that's
God
why
bless.
I guess that's why he neglects to watch some of the children that get thrown into a river or
That's right.
molested or any of that
Hate
stuff.
that happens.
He lets that happen.
I mean,
Yeah.
what's he gonna do?
He's not around, so that's why it happens.
So good, people. On episode 10,
So-
keep listening in, subscribe, and like. We're gonna
Wait,
get AC
we're not done.
to convert.
We're not done. Wait, what happened?
He's gonna be a real
So
believer.
we're very
before
good
he
at shutting
dies.
that music off.
There
What
would
were you
be.
saying? Kill the
there-
music one more time. Thank you.
That's what faith is.
Yeah.
It's believing without seeing, right?
Yeah.
Hope and faith.
Okay,
he agrees with
I gotta
that.
quit.
We can all get
So,
on
We're
the
gonna
same
end it
page.
on this,
if
though.
he
We'll end
parts
it on
the
this.
clouds and comes down and saves a drowning puppy from a river, I
I
mean,
would
what?
I welcome that.
Right.
To let
then you'll
everybody
believe
see. Yeah,
with
of
no
course.
faith. But that's the point: is to believe through faith, right?
No.
He,
You're gonna-
he
you-
went,
No,
and then,
because I'm
no.
trying to even understand that statement. To believe with faith. We
Yes.
can have faith in humanity, each other. Faith, again, in my opinion, is the wrong word to use
So
when
you
you're talking
think we're
religion.
all here by chance existing?
Do you know
with
how many
a
people?
full-blown
How
circulatory
many?
system?
Yes. How many people you had to? Your dad shot a load that had millions of you. You made it.
Yeah.
One.
God bless.
Think about it. Think
you,
of
God.
that's the science, and I'm not going to take credit for that. I'm going to talk to that
scientist who
no who's
researched
that?
What'd you
sperm.
do
Who's that?
differently?
Who's that? Who's that scientist? That's all.
Do you have a weight on?
Who's that? Who's that scientist
weighted vest.
that's all over the place? He's like super
Neil
smart
deGrasse
guy.
Tyson.
Yeah, that's it. The African American guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like a genius. He even said, and I will not take that credit because he's the one who said. He said, imagine the fact of how impressive that it is that you're here based on the fact of your odds to get here.
Yep.
How many don't make it?
Yep.
So again, I don't know if that's a God thing. So again, God said, "Oh, let me make
You
her,"
don't-
but the other million of you that was swimming through, oh, you push little Joey out, you shove one out the ass, you get all, some got flushed, some got wiped. There's a ton of, at the end of the day, it all becomes science.
It's a miracle. Yeah.
Oh, it's a miracle
of life, right?
Okay,
Right.
I don't
And
call it a
that's what
miracle.
we're getting it on. We win.
I call
Got
it.
you.
You know what I call
Got
it?
him.
Science.
Well,
By God.
hey, we love
And that's
y'all.
on God.
It's been fun. Thank you, God, for another great episode of
he
Complete
keeps thanking God,
Nonsense.
and every time he thanks God. The one time I said don't edit, but now I'm fucking
Oh,
edit
that's-
because now he can't shove
That's why I said
religion
it
into our
first,
shit.
because you can't edit yourselves
Watch.
out.
Yes, I can. What do you have to say? Thank you. Let's thank the Big C for coming in.
Big C.
Yeah, she you
those
he put
crickets.
Like, what's that? Yeah, you lost. Just admit you lost. So God will work.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I can't wait for you to we would like you to co-host every once in a while. Come on in.
Stepmoms.
Yes.
God.
Now we're gonna get that name
Stepmom's
changed.
God
Yeah.
unite.
We did it.
Yeah.
Sexy bitches.
Yeah. Look, he's making it up to you from last night. He's so cute. Who that? Well, I want to thank everybody again for listening. This was a good God episode, and we're going to follow up. We're going to have a seance tomorrow. All right. We're having a
Ouija
seance.
boards on the wall.
Yeah. We're not having a seance.
Dees
What do you call that? We're having somebody come in.
Wrong.
Yeah.
It's a seance.
It's not really. We're not all sitting around a table though. I don't know what you call it.
We're all sitting around a table
Summoning
jerking
of-
off.
I don't know.
Yeah, we're going into my ghosts tomorrow, so we're going to try and clean up my ghosts. I told them not to, but they want to. So we thank everybody. What do you got to say, Big Guy?
Same as usual.
And I
Hit
want-
that subscribe button on all platforms. Leave a review and grab a brew, baby.
And I want to
Cheers.
hear, I'm not religious.
I am.
Thank you. Thank you, Big C. Anything you'd like to
Well,
say?
judge.
No.
Okay, good. Sherpa, yeah. You know what he's good at? 2 fucking buttons. That. Beginning and end.
We're gonna do an
Unbelievable.
update and see how he works out in the doctor and the whole.
Yeah, I know. It's so
yeah.
ridiculous. Like,
I'm bringing holy water the next time.
holy water, yeah.
I'm
And you know what that's called?
sprinkling on
You know what that's called? You know what that's called?
A
This
load
cheap-
to the face.
You know what that's called? This cheap
Dial?
drink? Bud Light. Bud Light.
Oh.
Hey, AC, here's my holy water. 7 Bud Lights. And with that, AC out.